Okay, guys, and welcome to another Scrappin' Irish Sunday Night Live Scrap Chat. Have my Coca-Cola, have my little Dairy Milk Crunchy chocolate bar of sorts, and all I need now is you guys to make your way in, and we start talking about scrap. Let's see, Scrap and Savage, hope all is fine and dandy. Desert Scrapper said first, but I think Scrap and Savage bet him to it. I put up the link for anyone who wants to come up. Hi all, don't forget to hit the like, I said to people. And George Richardson, hello. So that's it over and done with so far. I'm not sure if Shark is still running or not. He is, I think. Yeah, Shark is still running there, is he? No, Shark may have finished. I don't know. I just reloaded his thing and I'll just see if he's still alive or not. Yeah, Shark is still live. So anyhow, for those people who have come in and who are in the chat, if there's anyone there, let me know what you've been up to. JRA Cat, welcome in, sir. Good to see you. What have you been scrapping out this week, guys? I got a nice little haul of copper piping that came out of a house that had a replumb job done. And I had asked the guy before the plumber came to him, could I have all the copper stuff that came out? And he said, yeah, no problem. So then when the plumber went to take it, he said, oh no, I promised that already to another person. So that plumber won't be too happy with me. So that's another thing, guys. If you spot work going on in your neighborhood or in your, if you're passing by and you even see work going on, if you know the person, suggest to them, maybe, can I have the scrap out of there? Can I have the copper? Can I have the electric lights you're replacing? Can I have them taps that you're getting rid of? Just ask. As I said in one of my videos there, I don't know if it's the last video or not, people do be always asking, where do I get my scrap? Where do I get my e-waste from? You get it by asking people. If you don't ask people, you won't get it. It's as simple as that. You have to ask them, and if you ask them, then you will get it. Usually, I'm not going to guarantee that everyone will get the stuff. Ripped copper out of my new house we bought. Cool. Irish hello, and to Earl is just after coming in. Top chat. That's, don't forget to put on live chat, guys. If you're in there, change it from top chat to live chat so you can see actually what's going on. And the viewers have joined the. So it's just saying there now that all the people are coming over from who was there are coming over from Shark Scrapper. So welcome in, guys. Wallaby Scrapper, Earl Fowler, George Richardson, as I already said. Or Scott Carlson, welcome in. Good to see you. Link is there for anyone that wants to come up. You're more than welcome. Don't forget to hit the like if you don't mind, because it might get us a few new people coming in, seeing the stream that wouldn't normally come in and see the stream. So that might work out. Cruiser Mac, welcome in. But as I was saying there, for you guys who are coming in, a question I always get asked, and some of you have heard that in my last. Hold on, we'll bring up this guy while we're on it. Add to stream. Hey, Shark Scrapper.
What's up?
What is up? I was just saying there before you came in that I had a nice little haul of copper picked up this week, and it was all by just asking. I was going by a guy's house that I know, and I just said to him, I seen he had a plumber's van there. And I said to him, what are you going to do with all the old copper you take out and all the other things? He said, oh, I'll probably give it to, I don't know, I'll probably put it, dump it or something, he said. I said, no, I'll take it off you. So I managed to get a stainless steel water cylinder, hot water cylinder, and a lot of copper piping out of it. And it was all by just asking him what he was going to do with it. So I don't know if that is something that you have said, when you go by people, do you ask them for stuff? If you see there's workmen at a place, would you stop and say, what are you doing with that stuff that you've there? Because again, now I know the plumber was probably a bit peeved with me, because he probably was thinking to himself, when he's finished the job, he's getting all this copper out of the house with him. But I had put a stop to that, because I said to him, and the person I knew well, he said, oh yeah, I'll hold on to all that for you. So I went around that evening, and he more or less said the plumber was gathering it all up about to bring it to his van, and he goes, oh no, sorry, I promised that to someone else. So I don't think I'll be in the plumber's best books after that one. But if you don't get in there before someone else will, you'll get it, because it's one of the things that unless you ask for it. Like even this week now, a guy again came into where I work and gave me a laptop. He just walked in the door and he left a laptop on the counter. He said, "That's for you." And he knows I do this sort of, mess around with e-waste and stuff like that. And
Sure.
again,
Yeah.
all by word of mouth now. And I'm getting and people are saying, "Oh, I can't." Some people are saying in some of my video, "I can never get any stuff." At the way it is, some weeks I get so much stuff now I don't want to see anything coming. It's like that. But it's word of mouth. When I started off first, I was afraid to tell anyone what I was doing. I didn't want to tell anyone I was into scrap and I was into e-waste. I'd be saying, "Oh, what's this guy? Is he no money when he's doing this? Is he poor? What's wrong with him?" But now I don't care. I just tell people, "Yeah, I do e-waste. I scrap. I get gold out of computers. I collect copper. I sell copper or whatever." And all of a sudden, people go, "Oh, well, I have a copper boiler. Or I have this for you. I have that for you." And just ask people. Don't be afraid to ask people, and you'll get stuff. I have another guy in the basement now. In case people are wondering, myself and Shark are trying something tonight there, and I don't know. I can see up in the corner it says Shark has it done on his side. And if people are over in Shark's, I think Shark's channel, they can actually watch the live from Shark's channel as well at the moment. So again, if you're over on Shark's channel and you're a Shark subscriber, thanks for checking out what Shark is doing. We're just trying something different. It's a new thing, a feature that StreamYard has up there that allows anyone that's up on the stream to stream this live on their stream. They'll get the views on their channel if people come in from their channel watching. So if someone who isn't subscribed to me is watching this from Shark's side, he will get the views up on his views as well. So it might be something that might be handy for people who want to get more view time. And talking of view time, I just want to talk about one thing. If guys could help out a fellow scrapper who's looking for view time by the name of Pop Scrap, I'll put the link up to his channel in a while there, or if anyone who's a mod wants to put it up, they can. He's got over his 1,000 subscribers, but he's trying to get his watch time up. So Pop Scrap is his name. And again, that cylinder, that stainless steel cylinder I picked up, I'll be giving that to him because I don't have much room left, and he's going to give me swap computer stuff with me. So again, it works out for both of us, that pickup I had during the week, because I don't have time to mess around with stainless steel. I'm sticking to copper, e-waste, aluminium, I don't mind, but stainless steel cylinders, cutting them open, all that carry on, can't deal with it. Anyhow, what do you guys want to say? I didn't give you a chance to speak since you came in.
Well, welcome, Cruiser. I'm wondering why you've got a mask on. Are you worried about making your scrap sick? Oh, is that the stuff that's got the nasty, dusty stuff inside of it? Ah, okay. All right, I got you. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, the insulation that particular type of insulated wire that Cruiser Mac has, it has a dusty layer inside of it, and that stuff is just nasty. You don't want to be breathing that in. So that's why he's wearing the mask. And I guess when he's done, he'll tell us about it. Okay, very cool. Hey, Wannabe, how you doing?
Wannabe Scrapper, welcome in as well. Wannabe Scrapper there and as well. So guys, if you don't have Wannabe Scrapper or Cruiser Mac or Shark Scrapper, but I'm sure all these scrappers in there have every one of these people. But if you don't, maybe consider subscribing. Now, before we go any further, I just want to say to a few other people, Granny and the Bear Scrappers who came in, welcome. CC Devel, welcome. See you scrapping. Bushdog Scrapper, Optimus Prime, Nice Junk, CA, which is Canada, I think. Pooh's Mate, Dude Classic, Paul Frost, George Richardson, let me see, is there anyone I missed? Cruiser Mac, Gulf Coast, Dude Classic, which used to be known as Recycle Dude. So guys, if you don't recognize the name, guys, that's Recycle Dude. So you may have had him as Recycle Dude back in the day. And Urban Prospector. So all you guys, welcome in. So now, anyone want to say anything on the chat about where they get their scrap from? Like we say, I know Cruiser's has it on mute at the moment, but Cruiser picks up a lot of lights. And if you check out his channels, you'll see he picks up lights, transformers. So he's got some nice contacts built up over the time. And as you can see, that's why he's got all that nice bucket of copper there. Look at that.
There you go. Yeah. Well, the answer to your question, Irish, is yes.
Yes, you do ask people. See, the Alzheimer's hasn't set in yet. I remember what I asked you.
Yeah, no, I frequently will stop if I'm out on a street scrap or if I'm driving down the road and I see something going on. I will frequently stop and ask the question, to the contractor or the homeowner or whoever seems to be the right person.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with your scrap? Would you like me to haul it away for you? Do you want it recycled? Those kind of things, and it's been useful. I've picked up a couple of contractor type clients now that will call me to come back. I saw them working on a house. I stopped in. I asked them what they do with their scrap, and they said, "Well, we used to have this guy, but we're having trouble with him now." And so I'd give them my card, and so they call me whenever that guy doesn't come and get the stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll get tired of dealing with that and just call me directly. So,
Yeah, exactly. And again, some people get picky with stuff, and I wouldn't, no matter what the item, because even that guy, he had the stainless steel water tank. And I said to myself, right, I'm going to have to take it, but I'm not going to be doing it. What will I do? And I took a picture of it, sent it to Pop Scrap and said, are you interested in this? Will you take this? And he goes, yes. So I was able to take that away for the guy, and he was happy to get rid of it. And down the road, see, if you refuse, I fell off my chair. If you refuse something once, you may not get the good stuff that'll be down the road. So sometimes you might have to pick something up that you don't want to pick up within reason. I'm not saying pick something up that's going to take up your whole shed and you're not going to be able to work around, or it's going to stop you picking other stuff up. But there might be something that that is, you've scrapped it before, you've taken it before, and there's no real value to it. But I'd advise someone take it. Even if you're not going to make money on it, take it, because the next item might be the one where you make a nice little ball of cash out of. I want to say hi to a few people that came in as well again. Let me see, where did I stop off? I stopped off at George Richland. So Skids and Scrap, welcome in. Everyday Solar's Scrapping, I see now she's put in her full name. Everyday Solar's Scrapping, welcome in. Who's may put the link up for Pop Scrap, I see there. Urban Prospector, I said already. Paul Frost. WTF Mike, welcome in, sir. Good to see you. Hope all is good on your side of the pond. I get most of my scrap from realty companies. We have 9 different apartment complexes. Some are more than 200 euros. That's nice, Skids and Scrap. And do you just look after the recycling metals, or do you have to actually clear out apartments when people leave? Because I think it's Scrapping on the Fly does that. He clears out apartments and then he picks up the scrap as well while he's doing that. Let me see who else. What else there I missed? Skids and Scrap. We also clear outs of student. Oh yeah, here it is. Clear outs of students' apartments and stuff like that. So he just clear out. Apartment clear outs is a good thing. It's not a big thing here in Ireland. JCT, welcome in. Apartment clear out isn't something that's really big, but maybe it is in some of the bigger cities. But where I'm in the west of Ireland, where it's smaller towns and villages, we don't really have that. People just clear out the stuff themselves. They don't have that many apartments to clear out. But yeah, there's all different ways of picking up extra scrap. But again, just ask, guys. Just ask. If you don't tell people, you won't get anything. As soon as you let people know what you're into and what you're doing, you'll find that someone will say, "Oh, will you take?" Like a neighbor another day said to me, "Do you take microwaves?" I said, "Yeah, I take a microwave." So there we go. I got a microwave to scrap out. So it's stuff like that. And again, that's brilliant for the likes of me, hobbyists. I got these little things here and there. But if I was doing it as a business, I'd be out more proactive, asking even more people. Because as I said already, I don't need to ask people at the moment because I have so much stuff to get through at the moment. I don't really want anything else. You know?
Yeah, you gotta, and it's important to build up your network because, I have one client who is an IT company, and he'll call me about once a quarter to do a pickup. Now it's usually a really good pickup with a bunch of PCs and, servers and wire and things like that. But I'm only getting it from once a quarter. So you got to have a number of people, and ideally you'll have so many people that there's always something that you have to pick up. It's not a feast or famine thing, but it's spread. Then I have other clients that I've now got on sort of a regular pickup schedule. So I have them on the books for every 2 weeks. And so I'm able to, stagger them so that I've always got somebody that I'm picking something up from. whether it's the motorcycle shop or the electrician's shop or the IT shop. And you just got to build those into your schedule. And that's when you really build that synergy and that smooth flow of stuff. Now, the next step, of course, is you get to the point where they're bringing it to you and you don't have to spend your time going out and getting it anymore. But that's a different level.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to mention this guy's name. You mentioned it once already. I'm going to mention him now. This will be number 2. But you look at Ian Matthews and for instance, fire extinguisher guy. He met a guy with fire extinguishers one time, and now he can't stop it. So that's his name twice now. So.
Does it count when we change, or
I don't know? We'll give it a while now before we mention his name again, and we'll see, does it take 2 times on mine and 1 on yours, or does all 3 have to come from the one channel?
Yeah, I don't know. Does he just have to hear it 3 times, or does it have to be on the same channel 3 times?
Yes. He mightn't even be listening to us tonight, but
he might not be.
He might not even be listening to us tonight, but if he is, 1 time on Sharks, 1 time on me, that only leaves 1 more time.
Oh man, that's funny.
Let me see what they're saying in the comments here. I just landed an insurance restoration business. He calls me for clear outs. That's nice. Nice junk. That's good. Make Facebook ads. They can work good to some people. Yeah. So again, let people know on Facebook that you do this. You can do scrap pickups and stuff. We have another guy in the basement. Let's bring him up. E-Waste Mike. How do?
Hey, Mike.
Ian Matthews.
Oh, good.
Oh, and he's gone. He just done
He came up just to do that.
And he's actually gone. I didn't bring him up again. He's gone from the basement and everything. So, Mike, you're a troublemaker. The music starts hopping him on. No, so again, maybe the one person has to say his name 3 times, not 3 different people. I don't know how it works anymore with him. What's up, Mike? Everyone say hello to Mike. He's also still beyond the whiskey and nowadays.
Okay, so
go on. What are we going to say?
So this is pretty interesting. So what I've done here is I'm on my cell phone. I've gone to YouTube on my cell phone, and I am able to see what I am streaming out. So So it's really interesting. It's now of course that Gulf Coast apparently he's over here in mine.
Yeah.
Because he just dropped a comment in my I don't know I guess it's technically a live stream still.
Yeah.
Live stream.
Okay.
But we can see everything that's on this screen, but we cannot see the chat from your stream on my stream.
Okay, but can we see if when he put his comment in on your stream, did it show up on my stream?
Well, let's see. Gulf Coast dropped a comment and said, "Hello, everyone," on my stream.
I'm going to have a look. See him anywhere? I'm going back up. I think I seen Gulf Coast at some stage. Did I? Just interested to see how this new system thing works.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, does it show up here, or does it just stay on your side? Or yeah, it did. It showed up at 7 minutes past 8 my time, which would be 7 minutes past 3 your time, is it? And it showed it up there. Yeah, it showed up here. I'll highlight it. And you see the little, well, you can't see it, but I can see a little symbol on the, well, you can probably see it in StreamYards there as well. On my StreamYards, if you're in there, you can see up on the top corner. Well, you mightn't be able to see it, but there's like a little link symbol to show it's linked. So that's
okay.
If anyone leaves a comment in when you're streaming it out, it shows over here. So that's very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yes. Well, we've welcome back, Mike.
Hey, why'd you kick me?
Why did I kick you? You left yourself. That's odd. I can't see. Oh no, you mightn't see it on YouTube side, but I can see it on StreamYard side. That's the difference. It won't show up on my YouTube. It'll only show up on my StreamYard. So I can see if it's a linked comment coming from the other channel. There's a little link symbol in the StreamYard to show it's not on my channel, but it's coming from another channel which is streaming out my live on their live. So it's like piggybacking on each other sort of lives. That
Yeah,
just sounds weird. Shark is piggybacking on me, or am I piggybacking on Shark?
I'm not going to go there. I'm not. Hey, Mike, is that a short sleeve shirt? What are you in the 40s today or something?
I don't know, 53.
53. Holy cow! It's a heat wave.
The sunshine.
Mini marathon on the
32 tomorrow.
Beer o'clock yet. Hey, loafers, welcome in. Yeah, it's beer o'clock. Go for it. He's doing some reading on the gulags, the Soviet gulags. Very interesting. Done it in history as growing up was what we'd have to learn about the Soviet gulags and all the czars and everything through the times. So I don't envy you that one. Hello at Everyday Solars, in and out today, loading the truck. First time in 3 loads tomorrow. Yeah, that's great to see you. Scrapping has got his truck. Still waiting for his money to come from GoFund, but I'm sure at some stage, Mike, you'd have a bit of dealings with GoFundMe. How do you find getting the money out of them when the GoFundMe was finished? Was it hard to get the money out, or no?
I just linked my PayPal to it.
Okay. Yeah, because I think CU Scrapping was having issues. He sent back everything they needed, they asked for, but he still hasn't got the money.
Yeah, I just linked my mine when I did a withdrawal there, it just went right into my PayPal.
Okay.
So maybe if he does have PayPal, so maybe just try to put that link in. Depends on what they're asking. I don't know. I never had a problem. I've done probably 3 or 4 different GoFundMes. But
you've done it for Granny, and you've done it for who else did I see you done one for? You done Granny, you done someone else, didn't you?
Everybody that don't appreciate it. But I'm the way it's Mike, and nobody gives me any shit. So you
know. Yeah, I'm going to say his name again. Ian Matthews took apart the flux capacitor.
All right. Well, now it's been 3 times on your channel, so
look what I've been doing.
Yeah, you've been getting the copper together, you see.
I'm glad you've been doing that kind of stripping.
I don't know why I'm doing it, but I've been cleaning all the freaking day.
So you're scrapping, give them the bank account. So you're scrapping probably takes a bit longer to go transfer into a bank, because I know here when you transfer money between banks, it always takes longer than like PayPal or any of them sorts of stuff. You know.
What else are they asking for? I mean, all they really need is your account information.
Yeah, especially when you set it up, like so. When you scrap and set it up himself, there should be no issue. Hey, Simon, welcome in.
So here's something though, CU Scrapper, and it just popped into my head. Did they send a small deposit to confirm the bank account and ask you to confirm that small deposit? Has that step happened yet? Because that's one of those steps that they frequently do. They'll put like 3 cents in the account, and then you have to go back to them and say, yes, I saw the 3 cents in the account. And that way they know they're sending it to the right account. So that's one of those things that can take a few days to get worked out.
Yeah. The only problem with linking it to your PayPal is, then when you withdraw, PayPal is going to take their little fee, and
Watchgod's asking me there, Irish, how competitive is street scrapping? Street scrapping is not a thing in Ireland. It's not a thing because no one leaves anything out. Because because of a new law that was brought in a couple of years ago, everyone has to have proof that they dispose of their refuge properly through companies. So everyone has bins, because if you don't have a bin, an inspector will call to your house and they'll ask you to prove where you dispose of your rubbish and your waste. And if you can't prove where you dispose of it, if you can't show a receipt that you brought your waste to wherever to be recycled or whatever, you end up getting fines. So everyone just signs up to bin refuge collections, and they come and take your recycling away and take your normal household waste away. So nothing gets left out for street scrapping. So I know in the cities it is slightly different, where you have big companies might leave stuff out, or companies industrial things might leave it out because they're not. It's not enforced with companies, but it's only enforced with residential properties. So so there is no real street scrapping in my area. So I'm afraid very seldom you'll see anything left outside at all. So it's always kind of, if you see a skip outside, you try and peep your head in and ask them what they're doing, and you might get something that way. I've not been so tired today.
So Irish, I was driving out to the shark cage one day, and there was a bin or a skip outside of the county sheriff's office. They were doing a bunch of work inside there, and so I pulled around. I look in there, and there's the AC compressor, and there's furniture and metal shelving and all this kind of stuff. So I'm throwing this stuff in the back of the Sharkmobile, and this sheriff comes walking out, and he looks up at me. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I got a small recycling business here in the county. I recycle this stuff." And then I went and I got my business card, and I said, "Here you go." And I handed him my business card, and he's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
There you go. If you do, as we say over here, you have to have a brass nick to get it. So that's our saying. He's got a brass nick on him, so it means over here that you'll just chance anything. So you have to have a brass nick in the scrapping world. Yeah, and don't put your brass nick out too far, because another scrapper will take the brass.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what are they going to do? Arrest me? I mean, if they did, we didn't have far to walk.
I started work at a scrapyard that gets all the scrap from most national labs this past week. Flux capacitors by the truckload. So Ian Matthews is not the only one that has a flux capacitor in his hands. Is that what you're saying, or Scott? No, I've said Ian Matthews' name 4 times now, and he hasn't appeared, so he's not obviously in the shed tonight, because he'd usually be up by now. If I did that here, I'd end up in handcuffs. Maybe you wanted to end up in handcuffs every day. So, oh, sorry, not wrong show.
Where do you see the comment that I put in?
Oh, there it is. It was 3 balls off a brass monkey. Another stain over here. Yeah, the brass monkey. But that comes from nautical science, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And the brass monkey was used to hold the cannonballs. And when the temperature got so low, because the metals expands and contracts at different temperatures, the brass balls would start to roll off because of it, or the balls would roll off. And that's where the saying came from.
It's funny how some of these sayings have such a linkage back to true things in history.
Yeah. Only at the weekends. Only at the weekends. Anyhow, keep our mind out of the gutter. It's only the man who we will not mention his name anymore that brings everything down to the gutter level.
I tell you, it's been very interesting as I've been researching the scrap laws for different states here in the United States. How different the states can be, even states that are right next to each other. The way one state can be very restrictive, the other one can be very loosey-goosey. And not only just what laws they have, but whether or not they even bother to enforce the laws that they have in place. So, yeah. Hey, Rob, how's it going, man?
Yeah, but and I'd say even within the states, there could be different ordinances for different areas too. Yeah. So you have to be careful, because I see that with the dumpster diving people, because I watch dumpster diving videos too. And they in certain places there's certain rules and stuff like that, and it's in the same state, but it all depends on the what sub laws have been wrote for the area,
Yeah, well, so certainly, the towns and the counties might impose their additional laws and restrictions. So yeah, it's amazing.
That's handy. I had a fire marshal take me to the food market and introduce me as to the owners as the man who's going to clean up behind their stores. So they know now there's a guy there that they can leave stuff out for take away.
So I had a very interesting experience this week with one of the auction sites that I use. So I use this one site called GovDeals, and I got this email from them that said that because I had failed to pick up one of the items that I had won, my account was being frozen and I owed them a fee that I had to pay. So I went in and I looked at the account and what it was that they were upset about. And it was the steel drainage culverts from back in November. I don't know if you remember me talking about those culverts that it was advertised as several steel culverts, a
Yes.
picture that showed about a dozen of them on the ground.
Yeah.
But when I got there, it was this huge mountain of steel culverts, right?
It was even too much for you.
Yeah. I mean, I hauled a bunch of them away. I had a couple other guys that went in and hauled some of them away. And I kept in contact with the county throughout this process. And finally, I just told them, hey, look, we're not going to get there from here. It's just you said several. It's a mountain. I need a crane. There's probably 4 to 6 40-yard bins of material that still needs to get hauled away. It's not going to happen. So they reported me to the auction site who wanted to shut me down. Well, I responded to the auction site email and I explained the situation to them. I told them everything that happened. I said, I have pictures to show you the difference between what they said was there and their pictures and what I found when I got there. And to the auction site's credit, after about 3 days, they wrote back to me and they said, we are reinstating your account and you do not have to pay this fine. We're going to waive the fine.
That's good.
So I was very pleasantly surprised that the people that operate the GovDeals auction site here in the US were so responsive and that they actually took the time to look at it and make an informed decision rather than just say, nope, the rules say if you don't pick it up, you can't do this anymore.
Yeah, like eBay does. Like eBay, whenever there's a dispute, they always side on the buyer's side instead of the seller's side all the time, I find. And that's why I never sell anything on eBay anymore. Now, here's an interesting one, because again, this shows up here on StreamYards. It's not showing up on but it's a question coming from your side, Shark. There's someone over on your channel. And here it is from Chuck. Is it legal to take compressors off fridges? I know they have stated to use different gases, starts to use different gases. So what's the story for a guy over on your side of the Shark Scrapper? So he's on your channel at the moment. So
that is so cool. That is so cool, man. That is really cool. So Chuck, the answer is it depends. Generally speaking, there's nothing wrong with removing the compressor. The issue is how you deal with the gas that's in the compressor. And I can't say this with 100% certainty, but I believe that every state in the United States does require that the refrigerants be properly removed rather than just vented to the atmosphere. Now, here's where the rub comes in. Finding somebody that can and will properly remove them, and then what happens to them. So that becomes a really sticky, thorny issue. Plus, the experience that I've had is I get told by a contractor, yes, we've degassed this compressor, don't worry about it. And then it blows up in my face as soon as I cut the first copper line. So I don't believe them anymore. I always wear a face shield and cut it like because I just don't believe them anymore. I've had too many contractors tell me that they've off-gassed it and they haven't. So
yeah, I think isn't it Bush Dog Scrapper? Is it that has the Bush Dog Scrapper or someone that's got the machine for doing that and he's going
me.
Oh, it's you. Sorry, it's one of me that has it. So So what would your feedback be on it?
It's definitely illegal in all states because the U.S. signed in on the Montreal Protocol. So the EPA I don't know what the fines are in the States and everything. I know here, for your first offense of gassing into the atmosphere, it's $250,000 for each day you do it. And it can go up to $2.5 million a day for each day that you do it. Now, that's probably not going to happen to, somebody who's doing it in their backyard. But for me, who's a license to remove the the refrigerants from them, yeah, definitely illegal. And because I know better, because I've taken the course and done all the research and everything, they would probably hit me with the maximum fines.
And that the course that you would have done for that, was it a long course you had to do?
No,
Did you find it a lot of tedious
it's
stuff?
like it probably was like 8 hour. I
Okay,
mean, I just did it online, but the problem, I don't know what it's like in the States. It's probably the same, but here, every province, you have to be licensed for each province. And so I was going to go and do, go down and visit Bush Dog and then do his, because he's going to save up a bunch. And I may still do that. I may take the Alberta course. Like, we're only an hour from the border. So, but you have to take the exact same course again in that, and it is the exact same all across Canada. Same course, you just have to redo it again with Alberta or whatever province you're going to be working with in your name, so they can get their $450 every
okay.
time you take it.
And do you register them with that? Is your name listed in as a registered
Yeah.
degasser, so that people can find, if they go onto a website, they can find who does the degassing for them?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know
Okay,
really.
because that
I'm
should
the
be
only
really
one in my town that can do it. Like,
okay.
that's the whole reason I took it, was because we have to hire somebody to come from Vancouver, which is 12 hours away, uh, to come up to our area, and they go around, and I went and witnessed it, and they do not do it properly, like the way the law says you're supposed to do it, because you're supposed to weigh how much gas you take out of each machine. Some of them don't have any in them. That's the reason they're there. But these guys are coming in and doing like 200 fridges, freezers, air conditioners, all in maybe a matter of 4 hours. Well,
Okay,
figure that out by the minute. Are you able to measure, like,
how much? Yeah.
put a tank on a scale, hook into that machine? Like, it's only a minute to suck the gas out of the machine, but just the hooking up everything and weighing and marking into your book how much you took out, what the unit was. So I know they're not doing that. I've went and seen them do it, and they're hooking like 5 or 6. They got a huge line that has 5 or 6 lines coming off. They go and puncture all of the things, and then they suck the gas out of all of them at once, and don't write down, anything. So
Okay.
I know it's not, it makes sense to do it that way, because really it doesn't matter. I think the laws were made for HVAC, like for doing air conditioners and stuff, not for doing scrap. But they don't have a law just for scrap, so you have to follow the same
Same
ones as
guidelines.
any.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and one last question for you. When you take the gas now, you say you take the gas out and you've done whatever 5 refrigerators or whatever you've done the day. What do you do? What happens with that gas then? Where does it go?
I have to go to into Alberta to get. I don't have to go to Alberta; it's just the closest place, and I have to get the tanks, and you rent the tanks.
Okay.
It's the only way you can do it here. Like in big cities, you could buy your own tanks and take them in somewhere, but we only have like one option. So I go, and it costs. I think for each tank, it's about the size of a barbecue tank. It's 200 and I think it was 250. So I think it was like 500 for 2 tanks, and then you pay $55 per tank for a handling fee. So then when I get that tank full, I take it back in there. They've already got the $55 out of me. They give me a empty tank, and then I have to pay them another $55 for that empty tank. So that then gets shipped to New Brunswick, where they incinerate it, well, I don't know. They either incinerate it or they heat it to a point where the chlorine and everything separates, and then they, I don't know, somehow isolate each of the different elements, and then I don't know, maybe sell that back into manufacturing or something.
And roughly how many, with say one tank, how many, with say refrigerators, how many refrigerators would it take before you fill that tank?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I haven't even, like it's been too cold for us to do it here. So I've got everything ready to go, and I've got about 15 refrigerators to do up at the dump. But now we just got another snowstorm today. So
I hope you do a video when you do it, because it'd be interesting to see.
I am going to, because I have like I'm going to start another channel just for the recycling company, and then I'm going to I'll be doing like instructional videos, because I think, like I told Bush Dog, I think everybody in a small town should get the course. I mean, it is a pretty good investment. Like it's for the machine, it was I think 1,200 Canadian. For all the equipment to go with it, it was probably about 2,000, and then you have like $450 for your course. But that course is good forever now. Like I don't have to renew it every year or anything. And the machine is it's just an investment, but you can charge, like they charge at the dump in town. I think it's $55 a ton extra for if you're bringing in refrigerators and stuff. Then the government pays you back the I think it's $9.50 per unit, because I don't know if they have this elsewhere, but they have this like an eco fee, I think they call it. When you buy a fridge, you have to pay an extra $9.50. Well, that $9.50 goes back to recycling that fridge at the end of its life. So I would go to my district, they'll pay me $9.50 for each one that I drain, and I get to keep the copper and everything out of it that I want. I can't do anything with the shred right now, but I mean everything else is good. Like I don't know how much you get. I've got lots of fridge compressors here. I've just never done one.
Okay, that was
very interesting.
And I hope that helped Chuck out with his question. Ralph, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. And I just want to, before we go any further, Pop Scrap popped in. So this is the guy I was telling everyone about earlier, Pop Scrap. So if you can help out with some watch time for him, it would be greatly appreciated, because he's got his over 1,000 subscribers. I think he's 1,100 and something. So he just needs to get his watch time up. So if you can put his playlist on and give him a helping hand, guys, please do. So that was it. Now let me see who I missed in the chat, because I paused the chat while I was listening to what Wannabe Scrapper was saying. So I want to see if there's anyone I missed coming in. Everyone is talking. Everyday Solars. Chuck again said GB. So I don't know where he means GB. Is that
Great Britain?
What he means by that. So it might be I don't know. It might be some state. I don't know what it is, or some area.
He put up a UK flag, so I think he means Great Britain.
Oh, it's in Great Britain. Okay. There's another one here from Shark's Side. Where I live, they make you sign a waiver that the gas has been removed properly. The thing is, they don't check them. They just want a waiver signed. Yeah, so a lot of people will do that. They'll sign stuff and say, oh yeah, that was dealt with properly, and they'll just go at the back and burst it open and let out the gases. Because there is people who will go the shortcut all the time. So we all know that. We see it in the scrappers world, where you see people burning the copper wire, and any scrapper knows that that's a no-no, because scrapyards won't buy it for a start most of the time. And then you have the environmental side of it. So as well as doing damage to the environment, you're just wasting your time, because most scrapyards won't take it off you. So why do it in the first place? So this, there is people who do that sort of stuff. But again, he was from Shark's Side. So Shark is streaming this live as well. So it's just something new the StreamYards allows you to do. So it's interesting. And I can see both sides. I can see anyone that chats in Shark's chat and anyone that chats in my chat. So I can highlight both.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out if I guess when you answer them, or the panel answers that, or it gets answered in your chat, I wonder if they can see your chat, or if I have to.
No, I don't think they can see my chat. They can just hear what we're saying. But unless I highlight the comment, I don't think they can see it. So I don't think it allows you to do that. On the Facebook side, we have Cody. So that's Bush Stock Scrapper. If people don't know who that is, Ralph Morrick was putting stuff in. Here's another one from Sharkside. So for Carby, are those GNA be a regular Sunday live? So this will be a regular Sunday lives. Yes, we do this all the time. It'll be regular next week. It won't be the week after because I'm away the week after, so I won't be live the Sunday after because I'm actually away. But every Sunday, most Sundays we do this live. Shark will be on 1 hour before my live, and I do a 2-hour live afterwards. And this is a new thing now, which allows Shark to stream this live if he wishes on his channel as well. So it helps out on his watch time as well because people can still come in on his side who are subscribers to him but not subscribed to me. And maybe I might pick up some subscribers off it, so it might benefit both of us.
Yeah.
Let me see. Was there anyone else?
And that's next week. You're not going to be up.
No. Next week I'm here. It's the week after.
The week after. Okay.
Yeah. The 9th is the Sunday, the 9th of April. I think isn't it Sunday the 9th that I'm away? Let me just check. I won't be. Yeah, Sunday the 9th I won't be available. So I'm here next Sunday, but I'm not available Sunday the 9th. I'm away. Now, I'm saying I'm not available. I may be able to get an internet link. If I will, I'll let you know beforehand if where I'll be. If I can get a link or get up, I'll try and bring my laptop up me and might be able to get sorted. But I'm not going to actually be in Ireland, so I don't know what the story will be.
Okay. All right.
See, am I down to the end?
So yeah, my yards, my local yards, they all require that we sign a statement about that refrigerants have all been properly removed. It just comes up automatically in the receipt. So when I sign the receipt for the materials that I've dropped off, it's on every receipt whether I've dropped off compressors or not. So it's funny. There's a list of things on the receipt that when I sign it, it's all these things. This has not been stolen. I have the legal right to sell this. This is this long list of things that when I sign that receipt, I'm signing up to.
That's another guy over your side, Andrew. So he's just said hi, folks. So that's another guy that's over watching on the Shark side.
Andrew's over in New Zealand. You are reaching around the globe now, my friend.
Live in your living room this Sunday night. The one, the only Scrapping Irish and Friends. There's Chuck again saying thanks. So you're welcome, Chuck.
Hey, Jules, thank you very much.
Jules is in. Hello, Jules. Anyone else? Did I see? I see Poosmate put a link up earlier, and she was asking, did it work? I don't know what the link was for, Poosmate. So...
Well, I'm here, so it worked.
Oh, okay. Why? What was happening?
I asked for a link because there isn't one, at least not for me.
I pinned it. Did I not pin the link?
I don't see I don't see anything pinned.
It was at the top. I clicked it.
Yeah, it was pinned, but it's gone actually. So
it's gone for you now. All right. Sure.
Yeah, it's gone. Let me repin that because I did pinned and it's gone. So that must be a glitch.
I don't think it was pinned. I just scrolled up to the top and did it.
Oh, how dare I not have it pinned?
The time change messed with your head.
Yeah, it did. Let me pin that. Pin message. So the message is pinned. Sorry about that, guys. I was so excited about the new thing that I was so excited about the new thing that we said for Shark. We're trying. I forgot to pin the thing. Jules, give a $20 tip to Mr. Shark Scrapper there. So well done, Jules, for that. You guys
awesome.
I'll link
Thank
it
you.
there for you. There it is.
What?
So that's towards the Shark appeal. So if anyone that doesn't know, Shark Scrapper has a where he names it, gets to give money towards shark conservation and stuff like that, and he gets to name sharks in after donating money. So Jules has contributed to that there. So well done, Jules.
I also don't see that in the chat.
No, you won't see it because it's over on Shark's stream, because Shark is streaming this live as well. So if you go over to Shark's side, you'll see that we're both streaming the same thing. It's a new thing the StreamYards allows us to do.
But does YouTube allow it? Because that would be
Yeah, that's all done in coordination with YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I assume so.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
if I then click here and I say go to channel,
Yeah.
I can
and
have
you'll
the
see-
stream open here as well.
Yeah. So then Shark
Awesome.
is getting some extra watch time on his channel as well.
So now I have 3 times us on screen.
Hey, Ralph, do we get any better looking on one of the channels than compared to the other, or are we still just as ugly?
Let's see. On the StreamYard, that one, I am the best looking. On the one scrapping Iris, I am the best looking. And on the Sharks one, also I am the best looking.
There's another guy over on Shark side. So Raven the Blackbird 3. So welcome in, sir.
Hello, well, Raven.
That's
Just
probably
so
why
I'm-
Mike loves you so much, Ralph.
Yes, that's why people love me. I love you too, Mike.
And JR A Cat went over to check to see does it work for him on Shark side, so it does as well. So there you go.
Huh.
And Bush Dog Scrapper's in as well. So welcome in. So there we go. I think we're caught up.
So the
Yeah, that's
chat,
very cool.
the chat that I see on StreamYard is both of the streams. And
Yeah, well, can
on
you see the last comment there now on StreamYard? It's the one where it says Shark Scrapper, hi Raven.
Yes, that's the one
Yeah.
I see on
And
StreamYard.
you see the little symbol in Shark's logo, the little like figure 8 or link, like a chain link.
No?
All
On
right,
the
I
StreamYard
can.
side?
You can. Okay. Well,
No,
there's
it's
a little
because
chain.
your stream is linked. Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that Shark has just commented on the Shark side of the stream, so I know where the comments are coming from, which side they're coming from. So I know then if I want people to see it on my side, I just have to highlight that and then.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and you're the only one who can highlight those comments that are coming from my stream.
Yeah.
I have no highlight capability on it. So
No. And I must look into that to see. Do you have? Can we set that up, or is it not set up yet? Because that will be handy.
no,
No.
I checked. When I was researching this new capability, they specifically said that only the main host can highlight comments.
Okay, so there's another guy on your side, Franklin Ewis. Love those.
Hey, Franklin, great to see you.
Franklin, welcome in. Glad that you enjoy the chat. So, Ralph, how have you been? What have you been up to?
I've been working a lot. I have been spending just about the whole of yesterday taking everything, basically doing an Ian Matthews. I took everything out of the garage and everything out of my basement and just put it all together in the yard at my mom's place. And of course, then it started raining. And then I sorted out everything that I wanted to turn in to the scrapyard. And I think I can fill up the car with multiple loads. The first load is going to be steel and shred and circuit boards, which is basically shred slightly higher. And then I have enough space to start working on the rest. So I will do that maybe Tuesday because I'm off on Tuesday, I think.
Okay.
Coming Tuesday. So I will add that into a compilation of scrapyard runs, and at some point I'll put that up. And after that, I will have enough space back in the garage to start doing some actual casting again.
No.
Yay.
So we can look forward to some casting videos, hopefully, for the summer.
Yes.
I just looked at E-Waste Mike's subtitle.
Oh,
Ian Matthews.
I tried.
He hasn't shown up yet.
No, Matthews hasn't turned up. Maybe he's being crushed by a wall of stuff falling in his shed. Maybe all that's sticking out is like the 2 little feet, like in the Wizard of Oz, and his feet are just moving.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
The Wicked Witch of the Scrapyard. That's what it is.
Melting.
I'm scrapping.
Yeah, but did you pick anything up lately, Ralph? Anything nice from your job? Anything interesting?
Well, are you familiar with the big web shop called Coolblue? I'm not sure if they have that. No. Well, it's kind of like the Dutch version of Amazon, tiny Amazon,
Okay.
and they sell stuff. Yeah. But they have a rather large warehouse close to here, which is about a 11 to 12 minute drive, and I get to work there for my job on Wednesdays and Fridays. And they have a big area where all the brands are set up. Samsung, you name it. The brands are there for washing machines, dishwashers, and other appliances and devices that are being tested and replaced and repaired on the spot, which I also do there. And they have a very, very large couple of bins there that people throw their crap in. And I always come in with a box, and I have to register what I take in, but the box only gets registered as box of parts. So guess what goes out? Box of parts. Can you feel me?
I can read between the lines. I know what
Yes.
you're doing.
So yeah,
can read between the lines.
I'm getting a whole bunch of those really big the Perilex cables, that the big plugs with 5 pins that have like 3-phase connectors, really big cables. Got a whole bunch of those. Washing machine motors, anything that has cables or circuit boards. Yeah, stuff like that. I'll just take that and put that in my box of parts and take that back out.
Okay, I have another question actually for Shark Scrapper, because he's done a bit of research. He's done more research into this thing that we tried tonight than I did. I can tell you that much. I mentioned it last week, and he said, "Oh, I might give that a go next week." And I took no more heed of it until he texted me today, and he goes, "I'm going to give that a go tonight." Can you monetize the stream on your side?
So I believe that the answer is yes, because Jules was able to leave a super chat.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
if it wasn't monetized, Jules would not have been able to leave a super chat. So
okay, so that means that means if people can actually get a bit more revenue as well. So it is a benefit to someone. The benefit to me is I might get some subscribers maybe from Shark Scrapper that wouldn't really know of me, and they might say, "Oh, who's this idiot here? We'll have a look at him for a while," and they might click on the subscribe button or something like that. And then the other side for the other people is they can actually get a bit of, if they do monetize it, they might get a little bit of revenue as well. So there is benefits for both sides. So that's just something I was just wondering: is there a benefit of you getting, maybe as well as getting a bit of watch time, that you might get a bit of? Now we all know that live streams don't pay well from YouTube.
no.
now the question is, would it be possible to do that for someone's videos? That you basically do a live stream showing someone else's videos, and then basically doing like some type of tribute. Hey, look at this small channel that has only like 200 subscribers, and you have like 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, whatever. Check out this small channel. Just show a couple of their videos and then link it that way. That would be cool.
No, yeah,
Well,
maybe it's something that we need to do more looking into, really.
No, I have the answer for that.
There we go.
The way this worked was when I clicked on the link to join your live stream, it put up a tab that said, "Do I want to share this live stream?" And so I have to click on the link to share it. Then I have to tell it where to share it, and so I told them to share it on YouTube. So the person has to be up sharing in order to do that. Now, could I now take and put one of my videos up on one of my screens and share my screen? I don't see any reason why we couldn't do that. So that would be the workaround, I believe, to do what you were suggesting, Ralph.
Jules, thank you
Could
very
be
much.
interesting.
But you didn't need to do that, but I do appreciate it, and thank you very much for that. Coming in and giving your time, I really appreciate everyone that does that. So, I know you have it. Steve, welcome in, by the way. So yeah, so when you clicked in there, Ralph, you would have got the same option on the StreamYards to do it. But once you come right all the way through, because I think reading on it is when you click on it, it kicks you out of StreamYards and then puts you back in again or something, isn't it, Shark? Does it do that or knock you down for a second or something happens, they were saying?
I don't remember. It was so quick that if it did, I didn't notice it. So
yeah. Because it was saying something that it'll when you click on it, it'll kick you off for a second, and I think it gives you the options in to fill out what you want to fill out on your YouTube side, and then come back in or something like that.
But I think if I read this correctly, I think that you have to be a paid I think you have to have a paid account of StreamYard.
Okay.
In order to share it out. I don't think
Right.
if you're on a free StreamYard, you can share it out.
Okay, that would explain that then, yeah. Because I was thinking, what's the benefit of this to StreamYard to allow us to do all this? But it's probably to get more people to pay up to become a member to allow them to do this.
Yeah, I think that's the issue.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Chris is taking off his mask.
Yes, sir. Taking a break.
What were you doing then that you needed a mask for?
I was taking this insulation off, Ralph, and you don't think?
Oh, is that the powdery stuff?
Yeah, when you unwind this, you don't think there's anything coming off, but when the sunlight comes in, there's a lot of really fine particles come off of it.
Yeah, that nasty stuff.
And it will make you cough.
Yeah.
And have to wash it down.
We have another person in the basement. It's a new person to my channel, so Shark might know who it is. And that it's Raven is his name.
Oh, hey Raven! Wow, you've let your hair grown.
Yeah, you look familiar. You must have been on other streams.
He looks like so. He looks
Hey
like
Santa, can I get my pony this year?
No, but what was that Tolkien's book? What's it called? The book with the character with the beard and the staff in it.
Gandalf.
Gandalf. That's who it is. It's Gandalf.
You shall not scrap.
Welcome up, sir.
Father Time, Santa Claus, all the others.
How long did it take you to grow that beard?
Well, it took me about 3 months.
What? You got some miracle hair growth. Give me some of that.
He lives in Chernobyl, though.
I'm back in a second. Give me a second, guys. I'll be back in a second. Shark,
you better leave somebody in charge.
Yeah, Shark is in charge.
Oh, okay, good.
Now we're in trouble.
Someone responsible, I was going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Cruiser, you look kind of responsible as well, so you can share
this guy up here above me.
Yeah.
Not Shark below is not responsible for anything.
Yeah, no, ain't that the truth?
He's a rebel.
He's a rebel.
A rebel. Actually, I thought that was interesting what Wannabe was saying about the gas removal ticket. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Hey, Wannabe, are you listening?
Yeah, it's going to go back to the one.
Yeah. So how much equipment did you have to buy for that gas extraction?
Well, I bought it's an Appion G5, but you don't have to buy that. It's just I wanted to get something that was highly recommended from people, just because I was going to buy a cheaper one off of Amazon for $700, but for $1,200 I know I can get one, and I bought it locally so I can go back and get it repaired or whatever needs to be done, rather than buying a Chinese knockoff from Amazon.
Garbage.
Yeah. So including the course, you're into it for about $1,500, something like that.
$2,500.
$2,500. Okay.
Yeah. But,
because like here, you'd have to get a local AC company to do it, and they charge quite a bit for it. So.
Yeah, and they here too. Like when I had those air conditioner, like the motel ones, they wanted $100 a piece to drain them, and I'm like, well, for what? So I can get $40 worth of stuff out of it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If it's charged, you may as well just leave it behind, because you're not.
And that's the reason I got it is the same thing that happened to Shark. I went to the motel. They had 4 of them there, and the guy told me they were all drained. And I was like working night shift, so I used to take stuff out in the van and I just scrap all night. And then so I had the last one. The first 3 were fine. I had the last one, and I'm going to open it up. Went to cut into the copper line, and it pulled the whole van. Luckily, I had all the doors open, but then I hopped in and I started driving to get it aired out. It was not a good scheme. So then right then I was like, I'm not trusting anybody else to tell me this stuff because I hear it's not good for you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be inhaling a lot of it. No, it's good. It's not really good for you.
Oh, so then I just thought, you know what? Like, there's nobody within 2 hours of me that'll do it. So I might as well just get the ticket. And then even if because I've already got the contract with our dump. So even if I just get the 200 units a year here for $10 a unit, within a couple of years, that'll pay me back on, and then I still get all the copper and stuff out of it.
Yeah. So I mean, like say that way too, it pays to pick that stuff up if you can dispose of the gas.
And then the other thing this is happening now, and I didn't realize this was going to happen when I started, was our district is giving up our dump, so it's going to be taken over. I'm hoping I can get the contract, but if not, it's going to be taken over by one of the big, like Secure or some big company, and everybody's going to have to pay. Right now, everything's free, and they will take the share shed out. They will take all of that out.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of planning for me becoming the new drop-off. And I'm registered with the Major Appliance Recycling Roundtable. So I will be able to just have people drop stuff off here, and then I can claim the money through the roundtable myself. But
Oh, perfect.
That's great, man. That
Yeah,
is awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into
I
the.
don't have the money. Like, you need an excavator, you need all this stuff to do it. And if I'm able to get the contract, I could invest in something like that. But like, I can't just go out and buy a $100,000 excavator just for our small little dump. So I might have to rent one. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But
Yeah, that's what happened here though. All the smaller landfills, they regionalized them, and then you weren't allowed to salvage anything.
yeah. Before I go
Let me
here,
rephrase that. Technically, you weren't allowed to salvage.
It's always technically.
You guys ever get these? It's like copper and aluminum strapping.
Seems wrong.
Yeah, it's copper clad aluminum, but like if you put that in with aluminum, that they count that as dirty aluminum, wouldn't they?
Probably.
Yeah.
Chinese.
If it looks like copper, just put it in with the copper.
Well, it does, except for the back is aluminum. So
What is that? Can you show again?
It came off of this thing. I don't know what this thing was. It's got all these plugs going in here, copper wires and aluminum, like thick aluminum plates. But
I say roll it up. Make sure the copper is on the outside.
Hey,
Ralph.
I could use it for aluminum bronze or something.
Oh yeah. You could melt it.
So my yard has a category to cover those kind of things. I think they call it refractory or something like that. But it's essentially copper that has other stuff hanging on it. So you might see if your yard has a similar category.
Or throw it in with your copper aluminum radiators.
What? Sorry, what's that, Ralph?
There is a category copper aluminum radiators. Maybe you can just toss it in with that.
Yeah, but it's just weird. Like, it's mostly aluminum. It's just a thin coating of copper. But that, like, to me, I'm like, oh, that's too bad because that downgrades aluminum to
Well,
to,
it's
like,
even worse that it downgrades the copper.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose. You lose on both sides.
You lose both ways.
keep it and melt it.
Yeah.
But I just see here that Solers has said Ian's name 3 times.
Yeah,
If
no,
there's-
Ian Matthews, Ian Matthews, Ian Matthews.
If Solers can't summon Ian, no one can.
Yeah, if Solars can't stop somebody, no one can. One we scrapper, see if they'll take it as ACR. That's what CU Scrapping said.
Pardon me?
Copper breakage.
CU Scrapping said, one we scrapper, see if they'll take it as ACR.
Yeah, I don't. It's such a small amount. I think I'll just melt it down.
Yeah, Bush Dog is saying copper breakage is what he gets or something for it.
You guys all live in an area where there's different categories of stuff.
Well, I don't. When I go down to the scrapyard and I bring aluminium, I just get one price. Whether it's aluminium sheet or aluminium, whatever, I just get it. It doesn't matter if it's cast, it's screwed, it's whatever it is, just one price. So it pisses me off because they give you the lowest price.
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
We are making Irish a convert.
Yeah. Slowly but surely.
God damn ye Americans.
Well, the Irish were kind of like the French in the war. They didn't give up. They just didn't participate.
Yeah. We just didn't take part. we let the Americans use our air bases, so we do.
Oh, that was pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah, we still do. we let them refuel when they get this side of the Atlantic. We let them land and refuel. Rapping Irish, are you letting the side down? Sorry, aluminium.
If you see what
aluminium.
if you see what Mike's scrapping right now, it'd be interesting.
What's that?
Mike doesn't. Usually, if you ask Mike what he's scrapping, he turns the camera off so you can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we there you go.
That's what I mean.
See? You had to say something, didn't you, Raven?
Yeah.
Damn it.
You're already messing things up.
It was shred anyways, so. If you ask Mike what it is, he'll tell you it's shred.
There you go.
This is a generator.
Oh, wow. That's a beefy.
Generator from hell?
115 pounds, what this thing weighs.
Jeez.
No, this ain't the one from hell, but it was in the same spot.
Your basement?
It was hell's next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Came from the same place.
Yeah, Ian Matthews must be working on a video or something tonight, or he's definitely being killed in a scrabalanche. So
Or he might be in the doghouse too. Maybe he's been forbidden from.
yeah, because every Sunday night he comes up here and we hold him up and then when he goes back in, Kathy's not letting him out to play anymore.
Yeah, by the time he goes back in the house, he's usually incoherent too. So.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that goes on.
We'll have to go on knock on his door and go, is Ian allowed out to play with us?
Yeah. That's a good idea. We need a number for his house so we can ring up his house and say, hey, can you let Ian out to the shed?
Yeah, can Ian come out to play?
We promise we'll get him home on time.
Yeah.
We won't keep them all out all night.
Poor Ian.
Poor old Ian. He always gets picked on. But he knows we're only jesting with him anyhow. I think he likes it deep down. He just hasn't come to terms with it yet. But what I have to love about it is every week he comes up and he's no longer a scrapper. And then the first video the next day is look what I picked up today, and the boot filled to the top with scrap.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually seriously considering that the scrapyard runs that I'm going to be making in the very near future are going to probably be the last for a very long time, because I will probably not take any low value scrap anymore. No more circuit boards, no more, probably not even aluminium, just only copper and brass if I need it, and wires, because they pay pretty well. Because I have enough collected to melt. And I have very little time to actually do any casting, so it's probably going to take me several years before I get through all the stuff. So I'm good for now.
Yeah, because you're not essentially a scrapper. You only scrap.
That's not how I started out. No.
Yeah,
no, he's an artist. Irish. He's an artist, for crying out loud.
I'm a metal artist. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a metal artist. No offense, that's what he is. And he just got it for material. He used to get the scrap stuff out to get his materials for his casting or whatever. So again, as you say, you probably have so much of it you don't need anymore, and it's to get through. Where us guys who scrap, we never can get enough of it. Well, we can, but we never know when to say no.
There's never enough.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm actually going to turn in all my number 2 copper because I have so much number 1 copper that I want to keep for casting. So I'm probably going to make back my PlayStation 5 and my PSVR 2. So I'll be
Well,
good.
Ralph, you literally did a hell of a job on making a sign for Gill Skills.
Yeah, that was a cool project. That was almost 3 years ago now.
Is that
Hey,
3 years ago now?
hey,
Time flies when
Steve,
you're having fun.
Steve, I better come up and help you with that then.
Yeah. I was going to
Just
say, Cruiser
Put all
will
the
go and
copper
let
and
you know.
brass aside there, and I'll be
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, just throw the brass and copper to one side, and
Yep.
Cruiser look after that for you. Yeah.
So what was okay for everybody? What was the hardest thing to scrap?
The hardest stuff that I owned myself, actually, that has somewhat of a sentimental value, but no value otherwise, not even a lot of scrap value. It needs to go, kind of. But then you're like, oh, I paid for this. I bought this myself. I used it for years. It was so awesome. And then I'll keep it for just, and then like a month later, and then you're looking at it again. And at some point I had to take some of my old stuff apart, and
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I'm not emotionally attached to anything, so I can just cast things aside. So, but as in scrapping something out is a difficulty, as in taking something apart. That big printer that I took out, in a video a couple of months ago or whatever, I never want to see one of them again. It just actually broke me, and there was not really crappy boards, because I seen Shark took one apart and he got nice boards out, and I was thinking, oh yes, this is going to be lovely. And they were the cheapest, crappiest boards I've ever seen, and that broke me. That nearly made me want to give up scrapping that day. So that was the hardest thing I've ever had to scrap out. Shark, what's the most difficult thing you had to scrap out?
The large printer is definitely in the contention box there.
Yeah.
Let's
But
see.
you did get better boards out of that than I got out of mine, which was like.
Well, so I'm thinking back to the very first time I scrapped one of those big printers, and I tried to take it all the way down to, each one of the little motors and all the little wire and all the metal bits. And so the first time I took one all the way down to, the piece parts, that was a huge endeavor. I think it took me the better part of a day to get it all taken apart. I mean, it goes on forever. It's like, you take off one piece and there's 10 pieces behind it. You went down that road. So, so I would say that from the perspective of something that I did physically get done, that those large format printers, that was right up there. And then steel culverts that turn out to be a mountain of steel culverts is probably number 2 when they're described as several and it turns out to be a mountain. That's hard too.
Cruiser, what's the most difficult thing you ever had to scrap out or regretted even starting to scrap halfway through you didn't live?
Yeah, I had some big 3-phase motors there. They're like 25, 30 horse. And they were heavy, and those windings are just epoxied in there. It took forever to get the windings out. So at the end of it, you're just, why did I even start?
Yeah, that's when you're going through something and you're halfway through and you're here like, why did I? And you're here like, I've scrapped it so far now, I have to keep going. But it's that, like, you're in that point and you're here like, oh, I wish I never took the first screwdriver up to this.
Yeah, like those really big 3-phase motors, you're better off just taking them in for motor price.
Yeah, snip the wire if there's any.
Yeah,
that's all. Yeah.
Or do like what Ralph done with his how to take printers apart video.
Yeah.
he just snipped the wire, took out the ink cartridges, and the printer straight into the bin.
Yeah.
That
was actually a fun video to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I stacked 9. How many were it? 9 printers or so, I think it were.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I got 9 of them at some point. They were all in my basement. I was surprised I had that many. I thought I had like 2 or 3 in there. So that's what became of that video.
Yeah. It was well. I think it's how to scrap out the quickest and easiest way to scrap out printers or something.
Yeah,
was like-
9 printers in 15 minutes or so. I think it was
yeah.
or something like
So
that.
I was saying,
Yeah.
this would be interesting. And then when he done the first one, I said, I know where this is going.
Hey, Irish, I got to show Everyday Solars something here. She'll like
Yeah,
this.
give me a second. I'll enlarge you.
Mac, it's going to be a tease.
Yeah, let's just.
Mac and cheese.
What weight have we there, Mac?
Pushing 40 pounds
Whoa,
So far.
nice.
so far. Yeah, that was those.
Is it all copper?
Hey,
Yeah,
can
it's
someone-
nice. It's nice thick
Copper
stuff.
is one of the hardest metals to come by.
Hey, I was going to say, can someone go around to Everyday Sarah's house and pick her off the floor? I think she may have painted.
that was those big distribution transformers we cut up last weekend.
Does E-Waste Mike want to tell us what was the most difficult thing he ever scrapped out?
A generator, apparently.
Hard drive.
Hard drives. Here we go. And
like
what about
scrapping out hard drive.
want to be scrapper? What's the most worst thing
Yeah,
you ever
taking apart a hard drive is a lot harder than
Say,
a lot of people don't realize how many screws there are in them.
Hold on, Wannabe Scrapper, show me something there. What's Wannabe Scrapper showing?
this is a toroid I've been
Oh, yeah.
working on for a year.
What was it?
Working on it for a year.
What was that again?
It was out of a high-end stereo. It was this,
Oh.
great, but it was encased in this epoxy and sand and then steel. And I just started scrapping. I was like, look at the copper in that thing. And there really isn't that much copper compared to steel and epoxy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably PCBs too, because it was from the 70s.
Yeah, I had one that was this size, and it had good thick wire wrapped around it, and I was like, "Oh, that's going to be awesome!" And then no, it was actually copper, but
Okay.
this thing I forgot what this weighs. Where's the little scales? Where is it? Hold on, let me weigh this thing because the thing itself was like 3 times heavier than the copper that came off. Yeah, this is 156 grams. 156 grams, and the copper that came off was less than 50 grams.
Yeah.
There's another guy from our girl, I don't know, but
Salty Assassins.
Salty
yeah.
Assassins.
and that's from Shark's side of the stream. So welcome in, and welcome to the.
Hey, Salty. Yeah, great to see you again.
Yeah, hi, Salty.
Hey, Salty.
That's
There
a
we
cool
go.
name. I like that.
So for people that are over on my side, they couldn't see that comment. There you go. So welcome in.
He found the fanciest butter I've ever seen.
What did you say?
Salty Assassins found the fanciest butter I've ever seen. Now I can't get it out of my head, but I don't have anywhere to buy it here.
Butter.
What?
Yeah, it's like infused butter, like infused with spices and
yes.
stuff. But it came in little dollops, so you could just kind of throw one on you could freeze it or whatever, throw one on your potatoes, and
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
blue cheese, I think his was.
I was thinking of a different infusion, but
I've got that kind of butter,
Something
too.
else that's salty. What?
It's not as flavorful though.
yeah.
My wife makes that. My wife will make infused butter for when she's, decide to do something really high end. So
Bye,
Everyday
Solars.
Scholars has to pop out. So
Later.
Everyday Scholars, if you don't make it back, thanks for being in, and catch you on the next one.
Catch you
Yep.
in the next one.
Oh, what have we got there?
I think it's time for her to take care of little man.
That looks
Oh,
good.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
That's a big one.
exciter on the generator part.
yeah. Nice copper there.
Cruiser, I don't think anything about that generator is very exciting for Mike right now.
It's all shred.
Yeah, all Mike sees is shred.
The rest of it's going in breakage. I ain't taking that apart.
Hello, goodbye. As everybody saw.
No, he probably doesn't want to get oil all over him, because some of those motors you find you can also end up having a lot of oil still in them.
Oh yeah, no, you open it out, and next thing you get that
Compressors
little,
and stuff. Yeah.
compressor, you get that pool of oil coming out of them.
Hey, you're not a real scrapper until you've been soaked in oil.
That's right.
Been there.
Or cut your finger off, or
Well, not.
Or Freon.
Yeah, or Freon. Yeah.
High on
butter.
Freon.
There you go. Blue cheese butter.
Ooh, that
salty
sounds good. I like
sesame.
that. I like the sound of
Oh
that.
yeah, blue cheese butter.
I'll have to check out Salty Assassin's channel.
Every time I watch people's craft stuff, it's really interesting to see how good they do it.
Well, you see,
Years and years of experience.
sometimes the easiest way is just hit it with a hammer. The immaculate way. Hit it with a hammer. But the immaculate
Hit it
way-
with a hammer or hit it with something that literally will not destroy whatever you got
The floor.
valuable in them.
Bang
Yeah,
on the
well-
floor. Again, bang on the floor. It's a free,
That would
very
be-
big
well,
hammer.
Ralph, that would be harder if you live in an apartment that you have another person living under and you're being on the floor. The thing
Yeah,
would go
I
right
don't
through
do
the
that
floor.
here. I live on the 6th floor. I don't do that here.
Just throw it out
that.
the window and collect it in and you go down the next day.
I have tried that before. Also, not very much appreciated. No.
No.
American Horror said he picked
Because
up.
you don't want to hit somebody or hit a car or hit somebody in the head.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Shark, you never bother taking the vacuum cleaners when you're on the pickup. You just put the wires and that's it, isn't it? Put
I
the
made the
cord.
mistake of scrapping out vacuum cleaners when I first started this, and I don't do it anymore.
No,
Yeah.
vacuum cleaners, nah. Snip
No,
the cord.
I cut the cords and let it go. There's just, there's a couple little motors in there, but there's just a whole lot of nasty, and it just takes too much time. So now sometimes there's like aluminum extender pipes and handles, and every now and then the older vacuum cleaners you can find have metal bodies and stuff. I'll grab those because I could chuck them in with the shred. But yeah, I don't mess with vacuums anymore.
Yeah, because
A lot of vacuums are now plastic.
yeah, well, that's the other side of it. It's the plastic amount of plastic that's on the vacuum cleaners that you have to deal with if you start taking them apart. The easiest thing is pull the cord, cut the cord, and put that into your cordage for dealing with later, whether you're going to strip it or whether it's just going to be sold as it is.
Yeah.
It's like Nice Junk says, vacuums equals shred.
Yeah.
Well, there's a thing that you can also just
Oh my God.
put
Oh my
the
God.
cord
Look
through
who
and
commented.
it'll take out the wires itself.
Oh, God.
What?
He's here.
He's here.
Oh no, Ian Matthews. Ian Matthews.
It worked.
Your name. We said Ian Matthews' name about 50 times tonight. What took
Yeah.
so long? Did
But
Kathy finally let you out to play?
I think we have to give Sollers credit for drawing him in.
I don't know.
Here's
But
another
they're-
comment
they're-
from, and this is from Shark Scrapper side. Nicer vacuum cell if you don't mind unclogging. And yeah, sometimes people put vacuum cleaners out that aren't actually dead. They're just
They're just full.
the filters. Yeah, their filters are filled up and they don't know how to clean them out properly. Especially if you get like a Dyson bagless one, and they go, oh, this isn't sucking right. There's something wrong with it, and they don't realize there's another filter somewhere in there, and they don't take it out and clean it. And if you take it out, clean it, put it up on marketplace, all of a sudden you have a good price vacuum cleaner you can make money on. So
Yeah,
that's
50
another,
bucks.
that's another thing, Java. Well done that we missed out on there.
We have a Dyson cordless we use in the house, and something went haywire with it inside. Of course, I go to YouTube and watch, and so it's just a matter of taking it apart and gluing some stuff together. But like most people won't go any kind of effort like that. They just chuck it.
E. Matthews is saying hold on now. Let me go back. He gave himself a challenge tonight to strip a big pile of cable. Took longer than he thought. We reckon Kathy told you you're not allowed to play with the pins anymore.
Yeah.
Kathy said you're not allowed to play with us. Because we keep you out too long.
Well, and that's a big difference too. In the there's people that focus on reselling. There's people that focus on recycling, and some, there's folks that do both. And then sometimes you start out doing one and you migrate to another and you move away from each end. And so, it's there's a lot of differences in the reselling versus recycling on how you approach different scrap that you find.
Well, again, you're always going to make more money if you can fix something up and sell it than scrap it out. We all know that. The lowest value you're going to get is scrap value for anything. So if you can get something to work and you can sell it again as a working item, you're definitely going to make 10 times, if not 20 times, the amount of money out of it than you will from scrapping it out.
Or even just for parts, if there's a market for the parts.
Yeah, or parts even, yeah. But it's whether you have the skills to, especially in the fixing up part of thing, it's whether you have the skills and the time to do it, and whether it's worth your time, and the space. It all comes down to that sort of thing as well when people have to do it. So that's why I just scrap stuff out. I don't have the skill set to test little microchips to see if that's what's causing the problem, or is it a capacitor that's blowing on something, or is it something like that? I just don't bother. I just strip it out, break it down. That's it. Scrap value for me. Where you see other guys who will, as Ralph said, they're able to test a part and they go, yeah, well, that part is working. I can sell that as a working motor or a working capacitor for such and such an item. And then they'll make more money on that item than I will. So it all comes down to different skill sets and what you want to do.
Hey, Irish, I think Wannabe's got something he wants to show us.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me highlight them.
Oh, wait, I better look and see if I can. There. All right.
What the hell is that?
It's the ray gun out of a CRT TV.
Ah.
But is there anything of value in it? Do you know? I tried looking it up.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Well,
I've never
I'm
seen anyone do anything with them.
I've never taken them out.
And I couldn't find anything online of even what they're made of. I don't know what metals are in it or.
There's several different types of metals in it. It just
There's lead in there, and beryllium, and uranium, and
beryllium.
There's randominium and retardium.
Yeah, and when Wannabe Scrapper turns off the lights now, we can still see him glowing in the dark.
Well, he'll probably start glowing in dark soon.
Our Scott said there's stainless steel in them.
Okay.
Oh, I better get that.
The tiny pieces of stainless steel.
But again, that comes down to, do you scrap down to that level? Will you scrap? I've seen a certain scrapper knocking little ferrules, brass ferrules out of bits of plastic, Ian Matthews. And, you know, will you scrap to that level? And certain scrappers will scrap. I scrap to a certain level, and then I go little furls, knocking them out with a punch. Nah, I'm not going to do that. You know, and everyone is different. Everyone has their different levels they're willing to go to in the scrap. I'll peel off little chips off ink cartridges for the gold, where other people wouldn't go. What the hell is that? Peeling them off for? You know, everyone has their own levels of what they're willing to go to for something. You know.
Absolutely. You know, and the difference between doing it as a hobby versus doing it at a business, you know, drives a lot of, you know, different decisions on what you're going to do. When I was scrapping as a hobby, man, I'd take stuff down to the, you know, down to the bare bones because it was just, you know, time didn't matter. Now that I'm doing it as a business, I got to think about time. You know, what's going to get me the most return for the time that I spend on it. Hey, Grandpa, how's it going, man?
How much money you make out of it?
Kevin.
So welcome in Grandpa Kevin. He's over on Shark Scrapper's side.
So here's a question. If I'm going to be turning in most of my copper and no longer doing scrapping, what do I do with this guy then?
Oh, you have to keep him. You can't.
Come on, focus there.
Cash him in.
Yeah.
Nobody likes him anyway.
Yeah. Respect my authority.
Yeah.
Melt him like Mr. Bill.
What's called Kevin? As I said, Kevin's over on the Shark Scrapper side of it, so we can.
Howdy, Kevin.
You can't see the comments when we put them up, so I'll have to highlight this one. E. Matthews saying hi to Kevin, and let me see. Scrapping Irish. If you had gold-plated furls in plat, now that's different. That's a different question altogether. Electronic scrapper. Of course, I'm going to knock them out.
Totally different.
Of course, I will.
You know what I'm going to have to work on here? I'm going to have to figure out a way that I can have on the YouTube side both of our channels up at the same time.
Well, you can do that. You can split the screen with
Multiple screens.
Yeah. Or
Well, I've
multiple.
already got 2 screens going here. I've got I don't know if I can cause this screen to give
I
me
used
2
to have
different.
4.
Let's see here now.
Well, I still have 4. 2 on this PC, 2 on that PC, but that PC is off.
Yeah, how's the new PC working out, Ralph?
Oh, awesome. I mean, I click this button and in 2 seconds, off.
Did you build yourself a new one or what?
Yeah, I built a new one. It's the same case. I just changed all the innards. And it comes with pretty lights. Look at the lights.
Yeah.
Can't really-
Hold on. So
There's some lights. Oh, well, I'll just move this a bit then.
Oh yeah.
The graphics card. Hold on, let me see. Republic of Gamers, and there's RGB stuff.
Yeah, mine's just the same. Mine
The
lights up
RTX 4090, and the CPU cooler has all kinds of cool info on it. The temperature, and you can put animated GIFs on there and have like little videos play even. Why?
Well,
just because.
Just because you can.
And it has some cool RGB fans in there.
Well, see, those new
replace
coolers,
these.
Those new coolers are the ones that are coming out. They've been out for a while. They just started.
These are the water cooling system. They're an all-in-one system. Comes with a radiator with 3 fans and this bit that goes on your CPU. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah.
What process?
Mini orgasm you had?
Yeah.
Was that a mini orgasm? No.
Yeah.
those are way louder.
What processor are you using on that?
This is the highest level i9 available today.
1300?
13,900. Yeah.
13. Yeah, the
13,900K.
Yeah, that's like right now it's like a 24
course. Yeah.
Course.
Yes, you can play whatever video you would want on the little screen there. So you could have like when the thing gets too hot, you can have like certain images show up or animated images.
E. Matthew says the valves in his PC light up as well.
Valves? Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got one of those World War II PCs.
Well, there's the only monitor I ever seen is the one that they have currently from Samsung. Is the 55-inch one.
A 55-inch monitor? Well, it's quite big.
Yeah.
Well, mine is 43-inch, but yeah.
Well, that's the one that's the one you can turn up, and it's all curved, and you can have three to 4 different things on it.
I don't like using curved screens. No, just have a flat one. I'm going to buy a new TV for my living room at some point because I still have the projector that you can still see a piece of here. And it's only full HD, so it needs to be replaced for something that's worthy of the PlayStation 5. Something that does 4K and 120 hertz at least.
Well, there's some new ones that are coming out that already been out for a while. There's just 4K ones.
Oh yeah, there's 4K has been out for a while, but I want an OLED one.
Well, it's the same type of what you have, but it's a projector. It's a 4K projector now.
Oh, I don't want a projector. I want a TV now.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, Ralph spoiled.
No, easier to connect everything to. Plus, the screen will be better because if I get sunlight in while the projector is on, and when the game turns to night or it's a dark game, I basically have to pause the thing and stop playing because you can't see.
There's certain ones that are called laser ones, and you can have it in a daylight room and you still see the screen.
I've seen those, but those are somewhat expensive.
Yes,
money spendy.
Hey, welcome in, Grandpa Kevin. Grandpa Kevin has popped over from Shark's channel over here to chat to us now for a minute.
Well, that was awfully nice of him.
I see of this streaming thing is that it doesn't allow both chats to be mixed at the same time, which would be great if anyone that was chatting on my side would show up on Shark's side and anyone that's chatting on Shark's side would show up on my chats. So that way then people wouldn't have to be jumping from one if they needed to talk to each other, you know?
Well, StreamYard now has gotten a little bit better because right now they can split the users.
Yeah, but that's what we're doing here. We've done that tonight. That's the
Yeah.
Shark is running the same stream as I'm running, and
Yeah.
it's just the chat side of it. Whoever's
Well,
chatting on Shark's side,
okay.
whoever's looking at my chat can't see it, and whoever's chatting on my chat can't be seen by Shark's people. So that's the only downside to it. So that's why I try and highlight whenever someone is chatting on Shark's side over to our side here. But it's that's the only downside. But I'm sure they'll come up with some fix for that because
they're always fixing it, and it's right now is because there are certain tiers now on StreamYards because now StreamYards has professional, and you can have up to 250 people on your panel.
Yeah, I see that thing.
Yeah, I think that would be hard to keep track of, though.
Yeah, no, but
I don't even know that many people.
Yeah, well, that's the other side.
Then they got the highest one, which they call it an enterprise, and it's like you can end up having up to 10,000 people on it.
But they're going to be like 1 pixel.
Well, no, that's for like a large company that would have a wall. So they would have the wall of thunder, and so you'd have it up on the wall so that everybody could see. I mean, we had when I was in the Navy at one of the headquarters commands that I worked at, we had the wall of thunder, and we could do that. We could put up, 50, 60, 100 different feeds if we wanted to, and because it was a very large wall, everybody was pretty big. Now, for us that are dealing with reasonable sized screens at home, even just putting up 6 people gets to be folks get pretty small pretty quick.
Yeah, but don't forget, a lot of people
reminds me of a video game I played where you come across this at some point.
Yeah
yeah, be like that.
Yeah, where someone is observing everyone in the company. and the numbers of the employees are on the screens at some point, and sometimes when someone gets fired, it just goes with a big red X on it, stuff like that.
Yeah, but imagine watching on your phone and you have 100 people on the stream. How the hell would it be? Like, you'd be up here trying to it's all right for us guys.
This is what I usually do when I'm watching StreamYard or something like this. I usually watch it through my TV at times.
Oh yeah, I have it on the TV as well. So even though I'm up here now, I still have the downstairs on the TV. So I'll give it
a few seconds. If
you see it. Yeah. There you go. Oh look at me on the TV. Look at me.
Wait, that's a tiny TV. How can you live with one of those tiny ones?
That's actually a 32-inch TV.
That was my first TV in 1980. No. My first LCD TV was who dropped off? Who did we lose?
I did.
Oh, Wannabe.
Wannabe's gone. Shark, you left a comment there. I see on your side. I think I've got figured out how to have both streams on the screen and StreamYards at the same time. So have you sorted it?
I think so, yeah. So on my other screen here, I was able to split the one screen and have your YouTube channel and my YouTube channel both going over here.
Okay.
So that I can now respond to people that come up on my stream.
Yes.
That you can't, or that your viewers can't see on your stream.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this makes my head hurt sometimes.
Well, it's a way of transmission, and a lot of times you have different parts of world having different types of
Who's watching the watcher?
Interfacing with each other.
The watcher is the boss. There's no one above him.
Who's watching the watcher?
Yeah. Now the question is, am I going to remember how to do this next week?
Probably not.
And you'll get it. You'll start getting in. You'll start seeing how changes come. Because right now they're updating StreamYards more. Is
Yeah, well,
where they're now going to be able to have 4K capability.
You know what? I don't get any better looking in 4K than I am in
and I see
1080.
tonight when I logged in, they had new options for layouts. Now I haven't looked into it yet. It just said
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, I seen that new options for layouts. So that's something I'll have to look into. And at the bottom of my, I don't know if it's on the bottom of your StreamYards or not. There's like a pencil and a plus sign now, and one of them says edit layout, and the other one says new layout.
It's just a matter of time. They'll start working everything out. You know, a lot of the bugs out.
Do a video, Shark. Kevin said. Do a video on how to do it.
Because it's just like this. Like you could share your admin password with the other person. That person can also control your site, your StreamYards as well.
Yeah, well, I think they eventually come to a thing where they'll allow. I could select one person, give them more. I think they can. You have that already with StreamYards. You can give one person more rights than anyone else.
Well, see, right now it's going to come up to three or four people now.
And that's because you've got some creators that have gotten so large that they have teams of people that are running their live streams, and so you just have the main person is doing all the talking, and then he'll have various moderators and editors and other people in the background all doing stuff, and each of them need permissions to be able to do their job effectively. So.
Because there's a stream I watch, and like that, they have a guy it's on the Ukraine war, and he's a presenter, and he's just there talking, and then he has a headphone, and then you hear him he's saying, oh yeah, the guys are telling me here now that the video ready to roll, and next thing the video appears up, and so there's obviously other people then saying, right, we've that video ready to roll, and what video do you want next, and stuff like that, and you'd hear him saying, have you got that video, and next thing and can you highlight that comment? So he's given other people the rights to run the stream, and he just does the talking. And that's it. He doesn't worry about any of the other stuff,
Well, you know what that means, Irish. We need to start doing something like this. Oh, okay. My producers are telling me that we now have that video. And I'm going to shift over to Ian Matthews in the field. Ian, what's going on down there? Can you tell us what's going on down there?
Yeah, basically,
Ian is over on the Shark side now as well. Ian has just popped over to Shark, and he goes, "Hi, Shark." And so he's over on the Shark side of it.
Well, YouTube is also doing the upgrades too, because they're also going to start, because they're seeing how StreamYard's doing theirs, and right now they're going to start ways of where you can have maybe two different channels at the same time, but the only problem is that you can't see what he's saying on his chat, or the people can't see what he's saying on his part of the chat.
That's basically what they're doing now.
They're going to start integrating all that.
I'm sure it'll get cleaned up and smoothed out, and this is all just really interesting. This is the first time we've ever done this, so so we're still learning it as we go.
First time I heard that this was actually possible.
Yeah, but last week I seen it as an option, and I just mentioned it to Shark during the stream, and Shark said, I'll check that out during the week. And of course, me being me, forgot completely about it, never even looked into it once, got up today and go, oh, I better do some stuff. Then I go, I better set up my live. Never even thought anything. I got a WhatsApp from Shark saying, I'm going to give that a go tonight. See, can I stream your stream on my stream? So I said, oh yeah, fire ahead. And I go, geez, I forgot about that.
Well, they call it screen sharing from now on. It's going to be integrated, and a lot of people are now going to start seeing more. And it's like, you can also do it with YouTube and Facebook as well.
Yeah, well, like StreamYard lets you do Facebook, and it lets you stream up to 3 channels for the basic payment one. I can stream on I stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. They're the 3 I use. But if I had Twitch and I had a few other ones,
Twitch, you mean?
Yeah, you can even put in. So it allows you to do that already. And now this. Which Shark is streaming on his YouTube. So that means I'm streaming now to 4 different platforms, really, 4 different places. So, which is good. Like, it gets you, if there were 2 or 3 more people up doing the same thing, all of a sudden you're streaming to 10 different places. So it gets you out there a lot quicker than you would with just with your one stream. You know, essentially,
Yeah.
that's the way. You know?
It's a way of how technology is growing so fast, and it also has to deal with the internet speeds and stuff like that, because as you start seeing more and more internet speeds start going up, you're going to have more capability of even having virtual reality systems going.
I don't think anyone will ever want to put on a virtual reality camera and watch us in virtual. Think we're in the room with them. Jesus, they want.
Never know.
Virtual scrapping.
Never know.
I think they'd have nightmares.
Speaking of virtual reality, my brother's birthday is today, or was today. Well, is today. And I went over there, took my PS5 and my PlayStation VR there, and just had some fun with him, because he has zero experience with it, and his girlfriend also has no experience with it. So I showed them the ropes, like this is how it works. This is what you do. This is what you don't do. Make sure that you're standing in the middle, and go have fun. That was hilarious to watch.
You should have videoed it. Yeah. I love watching the videos of people doing it, and next thing they're just throwing a punch at something. Next thing they fall upside down, or
they hit the TV, break the TV, run into a wall.
Yeah.
I saw a guy trying to sit down on a virtual chair that wasn't there, so he fell on the floor. Someone was trying to lean on something and fell over. I had that happen in the game that I play, trying to lean on something. Oh, wait a minute, that's not there.
PSOD, I don't know who that is, but welcome in. Who if you're into scrapping, I'm not sure if you're a scrapper or not.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm out of here. I gotta finish writing you in our place.
Okay, Raymond.
Great to have you up, man.
Take care.
See you later, buddy.
Bye. And he's gone. So yeah, so I enjoyed tonight. Now we're nearly coming to the end of the stream. We've got about 9 minutes left, but I enjoyed tonight. It was interesting seeing how this is working with the streaming over to Shark's channel, because I've been watching there and stuff like that. And I just for the crack, I just checked to see there. I rebooted the Shark's channel there to reload it, and an ad come up, so he is getting a bit of ad revenue from it, which is good.
Yes, I did go in and confirm that it's being monetized, so that's really cool.
Yeah. That was something I was wondering, because I'd done it a while ago, but there was no ad come up, and then that's when I mentioned it to you. And then when I mentioned it to you, you must have gone in then and put the ad on, and then I clicked it again, and the ad showed up. So I said, "Oh yeah, it is monetized now for him." So at least it's giving you a bit more ad revenue. I know it's pennies; it's like a couple of cents, a cent, half a cent, whatever it is. That's it. But it all adds up. If we do 1 million of them, you'll have 500,000 cents.
There you go.
So when we get to our millionth live stream, Shark Scrapper owes me a tenner.
I might even be able to go to Starbucks and get a coffee.
Yes. But it's just interesting. I find new stuff like that interesting when something new comes onto a platform.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff came out of when everybody was working at home, though, during COVID. So I think that really spurred this stuff.
Yeah, well, what's called was the Zoom was the big thing during COVID. Everyone, it was all Zoom calls. Oh, I have a Zoom call today. I have a Zoom call. And then StreamYards, the guys that set up StreamYards, seen the niche was there for it, and they came in and they done. I think the StreamYards have really done well out of the YouTube community, big time. I think more StreamYards has done better from YouTube, I'd say, than Zoom has.
Yeah, I find it much easier to use than Zoom.
Yeah. What I don't like about Zoom is someone might be talking and you can't see them on the screen.
Well, there's a setting for that.
I know, but a lot of people don't set it right. And
exactly.
You hear voices and you hear like, who's talking? Yeah. That's what I don't like.
Well, and StreamYard was they saw that one of the challenges that a lot of YouTubers were having when they tried to use OBS was their computers weren't strong enough to handle the OBS software and drive a live stream. And then if you had a problem with your computer, it shut down the whole live stream and everything. So, it's beautiful. What's nice about StreamYard is your computer doesn't have to carry any of the load.
Yeah.
StreamYard's carrying all that. So when your computer crashes, the stream stays up and it's easy for you to get back in again and just pick up where you left off.
Yeah, exactly. So it is really good that way, and I'm very happy with StreamYard, to be honest. when, as I said, I went the very first time I got the paid version. It was a trial version for free for a month or something like that, and I forgot to cancel it. So I've had it since, and I just let it roll and renew itself every year. So because I enjoy it, it's easy to work with, and all these extra features you're getting that we didn't have before. At least it's showing that the progression and giving you more for your money, as well.
I tell you, Mike is being infinitely more patient than I would have been with that thing, man. That would have gone into my breakage pile 15 minutes ago.
I'm trying to get this armature off,
Yeah.
but
Because
I
there'd
don't
be
know.
copper in there.
Oh, it's full of copper. This whole thing
Yeah.
is.
Hold on. What was said there? Electronic Scrapper said, "E-ways, Mike, that armature will come off easily if you fill the hole in the center of the shaft with water and thread bolt, keep on tape into it. The water pressure will pop it off." There you go.
What?
Tell electronic scrapper to mind his own business. He's from Ohio. He don't know nothing.
Oh,
Wannabe
wannabe
Scrapper's
scrapper
phone
said.
died.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, Wannabe Scrapper. So, and even Matthew said, "Hit it with armor. Hit it with armor."
A big armor.
Whatever. Anyway, there's only 5 minutes left to go, so I'm gonna start asking people what their plan for the week is. So, Shark Scrapper, what's your plan for the week?
So we should have a video up on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Plus, my patrons will get a video on Wednesday, and then, of course, we'll be live again on Sunday. And then the week is just full of pickups and scrapping. Just trying to keep up with it all.
So busy week for Shark as always.
Always.
As always, the busy beaver that he is. So,
Busy shark.
Cruiser Mac, what's your plan for the week?
I'm gonna keep working on this these windings. I won't go down this coming weekend, but probably the week after I'm gonna head down to Vancouver. So
How much copper do you think you have to bring down in total?
well, I got more than I'm going to take down because like this stuff here I'm splitting with a guy.
Okay.
So I'll just take this. I've got a couple of buckets of brass. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take these aluminum rims and some number 1 copper. So it should be about $3,000 I'm hoping for.
Okay.
And then also I'm going to stop and see Canadian Treasure Hunter. I got a bunch of circuit boards and CPUs and stuff for him.
And are you going to go up
We
to?
said hello.
I was going to say, are you going to go up to Steve as well and help him clear out his shed there?
Yeah, so I might have to buy Steve a beer, but I'll get that. I'll get that stuff.
Get everything out of the thing.
Always cool to see YouTubers collaborate.
Yeah.
Scrapper Ralph, what's your plan?
Like I said, I'm going to probably be doing a couple of scrapyard runs on Tuesday. I will film a bit of it, probably not at the yard, but basically do a before shot. This is what I'm taking in, and do the shot. This is what I got, and compile that into a video at some point when everything is done.
Okay.
Hopefully, have enough place created in the shed, so that in the garage, so that I can do all my brass in detail, because I got a lot of plumbing that has to be taken apart and then turned in. And then make sure that I have a bin of every base metal and brass that I want to keep for melting. And after that, actually do some casting. Well, not probably on Tuesday, but the time after that. So I want to try to do at least 2 scrap runs on Tuesday and have a lot of space to actually be able to do some work again.
Okay. Anyways, Mike, do you want to elaborate on your week?
No plans.
No plans.
I love that. No plans. No plans for anyways, Mike. Well, what's my week ahead of me? Hopefully a short, maybe tomorrow. I'll just throw out a short video tomorrow. I done a little experiment on a short last week, just for the crack on YouTube. Somebody might have spotted it. Someone, Watch God spotted it. Wannabe Scrapper spotted it. I done a short. I put it up, left it up for, I think it was 13 hours or something, just to see what I'd get with music playing on it and at a certain time. And then I hid that chart and I put the exact same chart up without the music and compared the 13 hours just to see which, and the one actually without the music got double the amount of views in 13 hours.
Yeah,
So
because
it's
there's
not-
always people that don't like the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I don't want to see. Some people just like to hear the noise of stuff like the hammers and the screwdrivers working in fast, not in slow, like I speeded it up. And I found that the one without the music got a lot more views. It was just a little experiment I wanted to try out. And as I said, because I'm not a really big channel or anything like that, I can try these experiments, and if they don't work, it doesn't affect me. It's not like I'm losing a lot of money on it or something like that. And where a bigger channel can't try stuff like that because they want to make sure they keep their numbers high all the time. So I just, as I said, I put out the exact same video, one with the music, one without the music, and the one without the music in the same amount of time got more views. Now I put it out on TikTok as well, and TikTok got maybe 10 times more views than the YouTube side did. So again, it's just a little experiment to see. So TikTok must have pushed it to more people than YouTube did, you know.
Now, the music that you used, was it music that you paid for from YouTube?
It was music I paid from an external source. It's a licensed music.
Okay, all right.
It wasn't a YouTube license. It was from that Artlist, isn't it? Artlist, I think, is the name of the crowd, or Audioist or something. Let me just see what's the name of that channel I use where the licensed music is.
A lot of artists around these days.
Yeah, Artlist, ARTLIST.io is the channel I use. I pay for it. It's a yearly license, but the good thing I like about their license for the music is if I download a tune, I pay a once-off fee a year, whatever it is, $100, $200, whatever it is now. I don't know what it is. But if I download that song, I can use that on as many videos as I want. It's not a once-off license. I can use it on 10 different videos and the one license. You know, I don't have to pay every time I use it. So I could download, and it's a lifetime. So once I've done that, I have the license. That will last. If I use that song in 5 years' time on a video, I still have the license. So
interesting.
It's good that's out of the way, you know.
Yeah. Now, is it current music or?
No, it's like freelance guys that will just put music up. It's their own music, so it's a way of getting their music out there. So you might it might go up in a TikTok video and people go, oh, who's that music? I like that song. Then they might go and find who the artist is, and they might buy more of that person's music. So it works for them that sort of way, you know. It's to get them out there, to get their music out there to people, you know. That's the idea.
Because so you know, with YouTube, folks are able to use some of the current artists, the bigger names, but they have to pay for it. And that would be interesting to see if that's making any difference or if that's just a lot of hype. Yeah, I guess it depends on your channel too, but you know,
depends on your channel as well. Yeah, it does depend on it. And again, we're in a niche. We know we're in a niche. It's a small community compared to, we say, the travel channels and the food channels and the
gaming,
the rich gaming channels. They're a lot bigger. A lot more people are into gaming than there is scrapping. A lot more people are into travel channels than there is into scrapping. So we're a niche enough channel, but it might work better on travel channels music than it would on scrapping channels. You know, that sort of way.
Hard to say.
Yeah, but anyhow, I'm gone past my time. So as always, I appreciate everyone that came in. Everyone that was watching on the shark side of things as well, that should be watching over there. If you're still watching, thanks for watching, guys. And why not consider checking out some of these other amazing scrappers that you're seeing here as well. B-Waste Mike, if you're not already got him. Cruiser Mac, myself. Scrapper Rat, which isn't really a scrapper, but he's a
artist
of metal objects.
Metal.
So, as always, thanks for being in. Appreciate everyone that came up. Everyone that
put myself in the chat quickly.
Everyone that's made a comment, and anyone that was just lurking in the background. Appreciate
That's
it.
me.
If you haven't
See you guys.
like, please do. And last word goes to Mr. Scrap It Ralph as usual.
Scrap you all later.
Bye bye. See you later.